It's an amazing time in the United States Supreme Court. If I was to identify any theme for the term, it would be that what the Supreme Court does affects each of us, often in the most intimate and important aspects of our lives. Last Wednesday, the Supreme Court dismissed the case concerning California's Proposition 8. It amended the state constitution to say that in California, marriage had to be between a man and a woman. On Friday afternoon, the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit lifted a stay, and immediately same-sex couples through California began to get married. On Wednesday, the Supreme Court also struck down Section 3 of the Defense of Marriage Act. That means that married couples in the 13 states that allow marriage equality for gays and lesbians now get benefits under 1,100 federal laws that previously had only been allowed for opposite-sex couples. The Supreme Court's decision last week with regard to affirmative action is going to affect who gets into which colleges and universities. Its decision with regard to voting rights is going to affect who gets to vote and who's elected to public office. If I had any other theme for the term, I would say it was again the Anthony Kennedy Court. A year ago, in June of 2012, you might remember there's a cover of Time magazine with a picture of Anthony Kennedy and the words, "The Decider." That was sure true this year. Justice Kennedy was in the majority more than any other justice, 91% of the time. Chief Justice Roberts was second at 86%. You can see this also if you look at just the non-unanimous cases. Justice Kennedy was in the majority 83%, and the runner-up was in the majority only 73%. But you especially see the impact of Anthony Kennedy by focusing on the 5-4 decisions. After all, those are usually the most important, and this term was no exception. The Supreme Court decided 73 cases after briefing and oral argument. 23 were decided 5-4. About a third of the docket was resolved 5-4, and that's significant itself. Justice Kennedy was in the majority in 20 of those 23 cases, by far more than either justice. Justice Scalia was the runner-up, being in the majority in 5-4 cases, but only in 13 of the 23. I think then you can get a sense of the overall ideology of this term by focusing on the 5-4 cases that split along traditional ideological lines. There were 16 cases this term. On the one side, you had Roberts, Scalia, Thomas, Alito, and on the other side, you had Ginsburg, Breyer, Sotomayor, and Kagan. Justice Kennedy sided with the conservatives in 10 of those 16, and with the liberals in 6 of those 16. And that's really been consistent throughout the 8 years of the Roberts Court. When the court splits ideologically 5-4, Kennedy's with the conservatives about 70% of the time, with the liberals about 30% of the time.